You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
If you have not been tuning in before, my goodness, you've missed out on a lot. Broke boy, but with potential. What made you realize, this tough life is for me?
I deserve it. Because main money is special. I'm single.
But you don't like to be alone now. I'm looking for a guy to break my heart.
Well, as long as they're Nigerians now.
Watch Slay Queen Nigeria, only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff. No filters. Just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on our stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's very, very important. I hope, let me see, hold on. Let me go ahead and put my watch on so I can keep up with y'all. Hit this. All right, sound pretty good. Yeah. So I hope y'all weekend's good. And tonight cause you know what? The reason I was gonna do a different podcast, stream. But what made me do this stream is I have a responsibility. And I was going to do something else. But I said, no, let me be responsible. So tonight we're going to talk about how AI is coming for a lot of your jobs. And what can you do right now to secure the bag? How you can protect your income. It don't matter if you don't like it, you don't agree with it, it's already here. So I don't want to be the guy you've been listening to, let's say, for the next 5 years. And then it really gets to that point. And then I don't want you telling me, I listen to you every week. I listen to y'all all the time on your platform. And y'all didn't tell us nothing. Phil, you didn't say anything. You've been working with it, but you didn't tell us anything, right? So I'm doing my part to do what I need to do, my due diligence. Now, tomorrow we can get back to regular scheduled programming because it's a thing. Yes, we could talk about them folks, and we will, when we need to. But there's times we need to talk about other things, and we need to get more into wanting to engage with other content that's going to talk about other things, right? And I'm just saying that's just what we need to do as a people. Because listen, I got my moments. I get tired of hearing it at times. But then I understand what I'm doing. I have to inform. I have to let people know. Sure, yes, I know about, this, person, this story in New Mexico. I know about these stories. I do that all the time. And trust me, I got plenty all week to do that, right? I got all week. But if you can't feed your family, you can't have a roof over your head, a car to drive, or you're going to be rendered homeless because you wasn't prepared for what's already on the horizon, then I'll make sure I want to do my part, okay? That's all. I just want to make sure I do my part. So yeah, Marcus, we'll get to you, Marcus, because we're going to look at the experts, what they say, and what is really needed right now. There's a lot of people that's really needed right now, and I'm talking to black people. There's a lot of you needed right now in certain jobs that they're begging for that you can get a job today, right? So I just saw CEO of Ford, and he said that out of all their dealerships, they have a big shortage of mechanics at the dealerships. That sometimes people gotta wait days for their vehicle because it's a big shortage. Just give that one, right? AI will not replace auto mechanics. Listen, I know today's men don't want to get their hands dirty. I understand. You want to do content, and that's fine, because AI coming for that too. You want to do white collar, you want to do all, you don't want to get your hands dirty. Listen, I was raised that a man work with his hands. Now, due to the work of my hand is why I'm at today, right? But you're going to have to go back to the time of working with your hands. And we're going to get into why that tonight, all right? All right. Well, also, thank y'all for downloading the ADNC app. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you download that in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. It is the African Diaspora News Channel. At the minimum, $9.99 a month, right? That's like 31 cents a day that you're supporting our app, okay? But I got a lot to show y'all, some interesting things to show y'all. and all of that. So, yeah, let me see. Well, you say they probably don't pay good at Ford. Well, here's the thing. And I've been there, a goddess. When you don't have a job, you'll take Ford's pay. You'll take it. You'll take it all day long. So I'm a firm believer, hey, man, I can take this job and then I'll look for something else while I got a job. But at least let's get a steady paycheck coming in. I've been in them positions too over the years. So yeah, because okay, so Dr. Williams say you're an AI engineer. Okay, there you go. Dr. Williams ready. He good. All right, so let's go ahead on and get into it. So I don't take all day with y'all and yeah. So let's start off with the first article I want to start with y'all. Where we at? Hold on. Now, this was actually come out. Now this is the Democrats that put this out, right? So let me go ahead on and get where's the thing at? Okay, cool. All right, this is an Axios. And it say AI could erase 100 million U.S. jobs. That's a lot of jobs. Senate Dem report finds. All right, so when I saw this initially, I said, yeah, let me go it on and switch up topics tonight. I said we can get back to the other stuff tomorrow, but people got to really know how they gonna move here, okay? So as you can see here, say AI and automation could eliminate nearly 100 million jobs in the U.S. in the next decade, so 10 years. A report set to be released by Senate Democrats on Monday finds. It said as Washington debates how to regulate AI, Democrats are centering the potential devastation for American workers. Now, it said ChatGPT-based analysis from Bernie Sanders said the top Democrat on the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee found that AI could wipe out swaths of both white and blue-collar jobs. It said the report warns of the rise of artificial labor, which it says could reshape the economy in less than a decade. You know what, to be honest with you, I wish AI replaced them. That's what AI need to replace. All you Democrats and Republicans, AI need to replace y'all because you ain't doing nothing for nobody at this point. They say, according to the findings, say 89% of fast food jobs and 64% of accounting roles and 47% of trucking positions could be replaced over the next 10 years. Please write that down if you work in these fields. They say the report estimates that nearly 100 million total U.S. jobs could be automated in that period. They say what they're saying. Sanders said in the Fox News op-ed Monday that artificial intelligence and robotics being developed by these multi-billionaires today will allow corporate America to wipe out tens of millions of decent paying jobs, cut labor costs, and boost profits. Now, they say Democrats argue that AI's current trajectory isn't just about innovation or productivity, it's about concentrating wealth and power. Well, America is a capitalistic society. What do you think it's going to do? It's not a socialist society. And so they say that tech executives driving the AI boom are investing billions in automation as a way to reduce labor costs and increase productivity. And so the report cites major companies already adopting AI to trim payrolls. Amazon and Walmart have cut tens of thousands of jobs while expanding automation. Now, I say on the other side, the Republicans have argued that the U.S. should lead the world in AI development and that excess government regulation could give countries like China an advantage. Now, I will have to agree with that because if you're behind, it's kind of like if you're behind, you're going to be at the bottom. Now, the report also takes aim at the Trump administration's AI agenda, accusing it of ceding policymaking to Silicon Valley insiders and prioritizing deregulation over worker protection. It says Trump executive orders roll back federal oversight of AI and threaten to cut funding to states that attempt to regulate AI giving corporations, a freer hand. The report also calls for policies like a 32-hour work week, profit sharing, and a robot tax. I don't know what the robot tax is going to be. Boy, the Democrats love to throw taxes. But here's the thing. I do agree the 32-hour work week. I think you can be very productive in 32 hours if you choose to be. But so they're projecting 100 million jobs. And let's call it what it is. Yes, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. But we talking about us. And you know good and well, we are the first fire and the last hire. You know that. So when they're cutting jobs, they're going to cut our jobs first. So what could we do as Black Americans to get ready for it? You know, are you going to be one that's complaining about it, saying it's not right? No, there's a whole lot of things in this country not right. A whole lot. Are we going to do something about it, or are we going to complain? That's really where we at with it at this point. You don't have to be like me and really be deep into it, but you better learn something, okay? Because I want you to be able to feed your family. They say a decade. I really believe 5 years. That's what I believe, because I'm looking how fast it's moving. It's moving lightning fast, even to the point that the AI CEOs are freaking out how quick it's moving. So my people, please pay attention. Now, let's get to the next one I wanted to look at here. Hold on. Let me see. This one. CNBC. Let's go to CNBC, y'all. Trust me, we're going somewhere with all of this. All right, so AI it's not just ending entry-level jobs, it's the end of the career ladder as we know it. Now, this is CNBC. That's all they do all day is business. Okay, they say postings for entry-level jobs in the U.S. overall has declined about 35% since January 2023. So according to labor research for Revello Labs, with AI playing a big role. Job losses among 16 to 24-year-olds are rising as the U.S. labor market hits its roughest patch since the pandemic. So the forecast that AI wipe out many entry-level roles pose a bigger question than current job woes to say, what happens when the traditional career ladder that allowed young workers to start a firm, stay at a firm, and rise all the way to CEO? Before I get to this, let me say something. Let me get into mass deportations here for a minute. If you are a young man and you cannot get a job right now, ICE, of course, is doing mass deportations. There's a lot of positions that's open right now. You young men need to go get those construction jobs that's being open right now. Because if the Democrats get back in, already know what's going to happen. This is your time for the water to be troubled, to go get those jobs in construction. Construction has never hurt nobody. I've worked a time in construction too. You know, some of you women, they want to work construction, get into it. You know, some of you sisters like that sort of thing. Not every woman want to be taken care of. Some women actually like to build things, right? Some women get along better with men anyway. Some women say, I can't stand other women. I get along better with men on the job. So if you that kind of woman, right, go get those construction jobs that's open. It don't make no sense, because see, for a long time, illegal immigrants had these jobs and Black people were shut out. Right now, with the water's trouble, with the Trump administration, go get those jobs. Because if they get closed off again, you cannot blame nobody but yourself, because the jobs were there. You understand? Secure your spot. Secure it. Construction jobs are good jobs. They can definitely buy you a home, take care of a family, go on vacation, whatever. The immigrants, a lot of them live very good off of construction jobs. Trust me, Black men used to be the main ones working construction jobs. A brother can get out of doing a bid and get a construction job that same day. That's how it used to be. And when they brought all these immigrants in here, that cut all that off. I remember that back in Port Arthur. If you couldn't find a job, you can go get one that same day working construction. So now that construction is opening back up, brothers, you don't have anything. Hey, take advantage. Take advantage. You say you see an influx of Black men in Houston working construction. Yeah, I haven't been around the construction areas. If you seen that, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful, because Black men were doing those jobs for a very, very long time. And it's because of Trump and mass deportations, right? And a lot of Black people did support the mass deportation. So don't sit here and not take advantage of it. Go get those jobs. All right. All right. So let's go ahead on and get back here. So they say the current CEO of Hewlett Packard, it's an enterprise. It's Antonio Neri rose from this call center agent at the company to chief executive officer. Doug McMillan, Walmart CEO, started off with a summer gig helping to unload trucks. Ooh, I used to do that at Walmart. It's a similar story for GM CEO Mary Barrow, who began an assembly line at the automaker as an 18-year-old. Those are the kinds of career ladder success arcs that have inspired workers in Hollywood. But as AI is set to replace many entry-level jobs, it may also write that corporate character is out of the plot. The rise of AI have coincided with considerable organizational flattening, especially among middle management ranks. At the same time, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei is among those who forecast 50% of entry-level jobs may be wiped out by AI as the technology improves. And yes, y'all just don't even know. And I'll show you too tonight, including being able to work 8-hour shifts without a break. All the uncertainty in the corporate organization chart introduced by AI, occurring at a time when college graduates are struggling to find roles, raises the questions of whether the career ladder is about to be broken, and the current generation of corporate leaders tales of ascent that always made up an important part of the corporate American ethos set to become a thing of the past. If the notion of going from the bottom to the top always have been the exceptions, then the rule is it has helped pump the hearts of American corporations, and at least removing the first rung on the ladder raises important questions about the transfer of institutional knowledge and upward advancement in organizations. Let me say this. Black people always had the first rung removed. So, that's not really too much different for us. Looking at data, between 2019 and 2024 for the biggest public tech firms and maturing venture capital funded startups, venture capital firm Signifier found in a study that 50% decline in new role starts by people with less than 1 year of postgraduate work experience. Hiring is intrinsically volatile year on year, but 50% is an accurate representation of the hiring delta for this experience category over the considered time span. The Asher Bantock, head of the research at Signifier, the data range from across core business functions, sales, marketing, engineering, recruiting, HR, operations, design, finance, and legal, with 50% decline consistent across the board. They said here, how much we gonna go here? We're not gonna go every bit of this, but basically they're saying here that entry-level jobs is gonna be an issue. And let me say who else gonna be an issue. And I'm gonna warn you right now, a lot of you brothers and sisters that do this white-collar work, like, maybe you're a mortgage broker at the bank. You're a CPA. Anything white collar, AI is coming for you first. So you better diversify or figure out a way to be more valuable to your company where AI can't do it, or you say, look, I can work with AI to get my job done faster. That's the best way I think that's the best way. Human and AI working together to speed up efficiency. But because you're speeding up efficiency, you're going to have to basically more work is going to be put on because of that, right? Now, AI is basically, and I'm talking in the area of finance when I'm about to say this. AI is basically slavery profits all over again when it gets fully implemented. Let me explain to you why. America was very, very rich because of slavery, 250 years of slavery. What happened with slavery? They didn't have to pay no labor costs. All they had to do was provide clothes, medicine, a place to live, and our ancestors worked for free. If someone is working for free for you, you become mega rich very quick. Well, of course, human beings, you can't work human beings for free. It's not going to happen. They're going to leave or whatever the case may be. But AI, well, you're going to pay for AI, of course, but AI can work 24/7 if you want it to, and it never gets tired and never has a day off, and it's more productive than human beings will ever be at times. But you still need a human behind the AI. The AI doesn't do everything by itself. It's not like that. You still need human beings behind it. But so let's say they had a department and they had 30 people in this department, and if AI came in this department, maybe they need 5 now. Because the AI is doing all that. Now they only got 5 people there now. That's really kind of what's happening, is that they made it cut down. Now, if they cut down those people only down to 5, that frees up a lot of payroll, and it makes a lot. They can make more money that way. Now, a lot of you may say that's wrong. They shouldn't do this and that and the third. Once again, this is a capitalist country. They don't think about what's right, what's wrong. They think about dollars and cents. They look at reports. This is why they can go into, because how many times I've been through it, well, you know, they had a meeting and they got to lay off 10% of the workforce. And you be thinking like, dog, am I part of that 10%? You know what I'm saying? I've been laid off. I've gotten severance packages for a whole lot of reasons over the years. But I went from one job to the next job, right? Because I had experience and I was already looking for another job at the time, right? When I think I was working at, it used to be Houston Marine Service at the time. And they laid us, well, no, they was also closing the plant. And then they ended up giving us, I think I had got 6 months worth of pay and 6 months worth of medical. So I got a lump sum check and then they sent me on down my way. Now, some people not even getting that. Now, let me tell you about AI. I seen a girl on TikTok, an Asian girl. These jokers here are letting AI fire you. You know what I'm saying? They got an AI avatar letting you go. I like, wow. They not even doing it no more. They letting the AI do it. Like, I thought the email situation was bad, letting people go. Now you doing it with the avatar? Like, oh my God. Okay. You say you got laid off from Starbucks in your early 20s? Okay. Now you say a crony capitalist country. This country has always been capitalist. Why do you think slavery happened? It's always been about dollars and cents. It's not about nothing else. They only care about money. Look at the Trump administration and all the people around him. They care about money. They don't care about anybody else. They don't have a morality about that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about getting upset about the country being capitalist. It's been capitalist ever since you had your job. That hasn't changed. You were there because you helped them make money. Period. They're not giving you a job because they like you. Especially if you're black. They definitely not giving you a job because they like you. So you have to understand where unless you choose to move to a different country, they got a different system, then that's different. But the majority of you is not going to go nowhere. So we don't even need to get into that conversation. So what can we do here? Now, let's continue because we're gonna wrap up with it. Hold on, let me see. Once again, this was written back in May of this year. Just so y'all know about this one, we're gonna show on the screen. The white collar bloodbath. Okay. So you're talking about, of course, the Anthropic CEO, one of the world's most powerful creators of artificial intelligence, has a blunt, scary warning for the U.S. government and all of us. Say AI can wipe out half of all entry level. They talk about entry level again. White collar jobs spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years. Now, he said 1 to 5. He didn't say the decade. Now, Bernie Sanders and them reports said decade. I believe in him because I told you 5. He's saying 1 to 5. He said Modi told us in an interview that from his San Francisco office, and Modi said AI companies and government need to stop sugarcoating what's coming and said the possible mass elimination of jobs across technology, finance, law, consulting, and other white-collar professions, especially entry-level gigs. Now, of course, he's 42. He's building the very technology he predicts it could, reorder society overnight. And now he's the one over Claude, if you know about that AI. He's speaking out in hopes and joining the government and fellow AI companies into preparing and protecting the nation. He said lawmakers don't get it. They say or don't believe it. CEOs are afraid to talk about it. Many workers won't realize the risk posed by the possible job apocalypse until it hits. And you know it's going to hit us first. It said most of them are unaware that this is about to happen. It said it sounds crazy and people just don't believe it. And they said Trump has been quiet about the job risk from AI. But Steve Bannon, the top official in Trump's first term, whose War Room is one of the most powerful MAGA podcasts, say AI job killing, which gets virtually no attention now, will be a major issue in the 2028 presidential campaign. He said, I don't think anyone is taking into consideration how administrative, managerial, and tech jobs for people under 30, entry-level jobs that are so important in your 20s are going to be eviscerated. Now, I said, Modi just rolled out the latest version of his own AI, which can code at near human levels, said the technology holds unimaginable possibilities to unleash mass good and bad at scale. It said cancer is cured, the economy grows at 10% a year, the budget is balanced, and 20% of people don't have jobs. He said that's one of the very possible scenarios rattling in the mind as AI power expands exponentially. They said Modi also agreed to go on the record with a deep concern that other leading AI executives told us privately, even those who are optimistic AI will unleash unthinkable cures. and unimaginable economic growth, fear dangerous short-term pain, and possible job bloodbath during Trump's term. I say we as the producers of this technology have a duty and obligation to be honest about what's coming. I don't think this is on people's radar. That's why we're putting it on our radar tonight. They say it's a very strange dynamics. They say where we're saying you should be worried about what the technology we're building is going. They say we don't believe you. They say critics say you're just hyping it up. He said skeptics should ask themselves, well, what if they're right? Okay, so we talked about that earlier, white collar. Now let's get back on the screen. But once again, it's here. What could we do to thrive in that? Now, one thing about Black Americans, we always figure out a way. We always figure out a way to make a way out of no way. But let me tell you something who a lot of this going to hurt, probably even more than us. It's going to hurt a lot of them folks. Because, see, with AI, your skin color don't mean nothing no more. They're going to be just as employed as black people, probably even more employed than black people. They're already losing their jobs now under Trump. Okay? AI don't care about your skin color. AI can be great for profit for these people, especially at that massive scale that they have. So either heed the warning, just heed it from the people that's actually making the AI, but they're not going to stop making it. And I don't think they should. I think they should tell people, like he's doing, be due diligent, and tell people what we need, okay? And we're going to get to the solution as well. Let me see here. Well, I will tell you this. I can tell you this. You're going to have to read yourself, a goddess, and learn on your own. I cannot hand you things because certain things I learned, it took me hours. A lot of things took me money. It's a lot of money I had to invest in certain things I'm doing. And so I would say it's a lot of free certifications out there. You can get certified. And once you start really want to learn, you'll learn it, okay? But I have to just be the person to tell you. And not everybody's going to work in no doggone AI. That's for sure. Another one here, this Business Insider. This is all the people that's talking about this stuff. 2045. A researcher says most jobs will be wiped out by 2045 and say, but you see what workers here, politicians and sports coaches will survive. Oh, okay. They say by 2045, robots and artificial intelligence could render most human jobs obsolete, and there's little time as they prepare for the fallout. According to Adam Dorr, director of research at Rethink X think tank, it's a think tank. They say in an interview with The Guardian, Dorr warned that machines are advancing so rapidly that within a generation, they'll be able to perform virtually every job humans do at a lower cost and with equal or superior quality. Drawing from historical patterns of disruption, he compared today's workforce to horses in the age of cars or traditional cameras in the age of digital photography. Say we're the horses, we're the film cameras, all right? Say Dorr said, and his research team have documented more than 1,500 major technological transformations. In most cases, he said, once a technology gains even a few percentage points of market share, it quickly dominates, typically within 15 to 20 years. They're machines that can think or hear, and their capabilities are expanding day by day with no end in sight. So we don't have that long to get ready for this. And so still, he said, not every job is destined for extinction. Dorr believes the narrow set may survive the takeover, especially those grounded in human connection, trust, and ethical complexity. He pointed to the 304s, sports coaches, politicians, and is a ethicists as examples of jobs that remain relevant. So they will remain a niche for human labor in some domains. And that the problem is that they are nowhere nearly enough for an occupation to employ 4 billion people. As said, Dorr argued, it said that the looming upheaval could lead either to mass inequality or to what would be called superabundance. It's a society where human needs are met without traditional labor, but achieving the latter, he said, will require bold experiments in how we define work, value, and ownership, okay? So they say that the AI takeover debate is heating up. As you see, a lot of people, the godfather of AI warned that mundane intellectual labor is most at risk. So on the Diary CEO podcast, he said he'd be terrified to work in a call center or as a paralegal. He said Hinton believes that hands-on roles like plumbing are safer. So pay attention. That's a skilled trade, plumbing, working with your hands. He said, at least for now, saying it'll be a long time before AI's as good as physical manipulation as people. Now, they're talking about in May, the same CEO from Anthropic believes, you talked about that earlier. Now, we're going to get to the NVIDIA CEO here as well. Sam Altman, that's the guy over OpenAI or ChatGPT, say AI would displace many roles, but believe new ones will emerge, even if they look sillier and sillier over time. So we have always been really good at figuring out new things to do, and black people have always done that. Okay, so I'm just going through this information for a reason, because I want to. When some people come to me later, I'm gonna say I did that broadcast back on October. Well, I can't even see the date. October 6th, and I told y'all ahead of time. Okay, I told y'all. Now, you say, yes, beach material. Yes, beach material. Yes, what you just said was correct. AI is creating a lot of jobs for black people. AI is the great equalizer in the job market for black people too, right? I'm going to talk about it from the black people side. Since these corporations go into AI, if you that brother or sister that can get jobs out of AI, know how to work with AI, manipulate AI, do all kinds of things with AI, right? AI, even if you have let's say a business or a job right now that you're working on, AI can help create businesses. AI can help you do so many different things as a black person that would have cost you so much money that would have priced us out. Because our biggest problem is we don't have access to capital, access to money. And AI has been helping, like maybe certain consultants that you couldn't even afford, but you couldn't afford a $20 ChatGPT bill. And now you asking ChatGPT certain things. Now, humans have experience that AI don't, so it doesn't eliminate humans, but certain people can't afford a certain amount. So they say, let me ask ChatGPT this. Let me ask Claude. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask DeepSeek. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask Gemini. And give you a lot of ideas. AI has given me great ideas that I jumped on. Great ideas. Like just me going back and forth with AI, that's how AfroWire AI came about. That's how it came about over a weekend. I was sitting in my office and I was just having a back and forth conversation with ChatGPT, and I was asking about the future of journalism. And it was saying that AI journalism was going to be the thing. I say, AI journalism? What you mean by that? I asked. And it's like, well, AI avatars is going to start doing journalism. It's going to start replacing. I said, really? And I started thinking that weekend. I was sitting in here my weekend just thinking. And I said, well, what if I create a platform, since we already doing things for us, what if I create a news network for us that's AI? And say, I think that's a great idea. You should do it. So that's when I just started that's when I started getting into it. Pen in hand, start writing. I'm going back and forth with the AI. We going chatting ideas or whatever the case may be. And boom, AfroWire came about. And then my first character we did was LaSherica. That was the first one. You know what I'm saying? So now I look at AfroWire here in October. We launched it June 1. It's doing something I didn't think it was going to do. Matter of fact, it even predicted, and I can kind of see it, AfroWire was to pass what I'm doing here. And I say, I'm great with that. I'm great with it because I look at it as an additional tool to what we're doing. I don't look at it as just taking something over because, okay, I'm behind of it, so I'm good with it. It's not like the AI does it on its own. So that was considered another stream of revenue, you know, for what we do here, right? That came through AI. So it can be positive too, right? Well, let's continue. You know, you say, see, now they got, okay, there's always going to be some people. You say, I restructured a whole small business using ChatGPT. And Lisa, when you did that restructure, Lisa, was it a profitable restructure, Lisa? Because you can do so much research into what you can throw your reports and say, hey, look at a pattern and see what's happening in my business and help me to see how I can make more money, or scan the local competition about prices, right? What are they prices? What's mine? Could I go up? Should I stay the same? Things that you couldn't have never did before all this stuff came about. That's why I tell a lot of my people, don't listen to people that's going to be doing all that. Don't do it, because I want my people at the same level with the white people, the Asians, the Arabs, because they all on this now. And the problem with my people is that you will be in the chat room complaining, not all of you, but then when everybody's way up here, you just now trying to start. And they got a big wealth gap literally ahead of you, versus saying, let's jump on this stuff now. Let's integrate this stuff into our businesses. Let's look at our careers. Let's look at whatever we're doing now and try to work with it now. And yeah, you'll have to invest at least $20, right? Let's look into it. Nutrition. Like, I've learned so much about nutrition that I didn't even know before until I got with AI. Literally. It's helped me out a lot with nutrition. When I went to the doctor, I had certain reports from the doctor. The doctor explained it, but I want a deep, thorough explanation. So I looked at my EKG, and I said, the doctor said this, but what is this? And it broke down line by line by line by line by line. You know, why the doctor said this, what's that? I'm like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's now, I know it can be wrong. You need to double check yourself too, because every once in a while you got to catch it. I catch it doing, like, maybe I asked you something, but it's more so a script writing. And I say, that's not the right amount of words I asked you for. I know it just by looking now. And like, oh yeah, you're right. It's X amount. I say, okay, yeah, do it. Could you please fix it? And like, oh, and then it fix it like that. So you still got to watch it. It's not going to be 100% perfect. Okay. So let's go to what's the next one I wanted to get to here? This guy. Okay. Now the NVIDIA, some of y'all got NVIDIA, right? Some of you computer people. He says this job will win the AI race, but it's not a job in tech. Okay. So you're saying NVIDIA Corporation CEO Jensen Huang, it says electricians, plumbers, and carpenters will be needed to build AI infrastructure. Okay, listen, he's saying electricians, plumbers, and carpenters. Why plumbers? AI uses a lot of water at data centers. Why electricians? AI uses a lot of power at data centers. Why carpenters? They got to build things at the data centers. So it's predicting a sustained boom in skilled trades. The other prominent CEOs that warn looming shortages in skilled trades because everybody want the quote unquote sexy jobs, and you having a blue collar job isn't considered sexy to people, right? Especially these new men, particularly the electricians needed for data center construction. They say Yale budget lab data shows no significant artificial intelligence driven labor market disruption 33 months after ChatGPT launch. Okay, so they say workers are worried about AI. It's a cost cutting. It's a wave could threaten their jobs. It's a NVIDIA CEO said Jensen Huang isn't offering much comfort. In a recent interview with Channel 4 News in UK, he said the real winners of the AI era won't be office workers. Yeah, because let's call it what it is. All you office workers who's just doing reports, yeah, AI is coming for your neck. They say, but electricians, plumbers, and carpenters say the skilled craft segment of every economy is going to see a boom. He told the outlet arguing the build out of AI data centers require constant expansion, doubling and doubling and doubling every single year. He said his view is gaining traction among other executives, despite recent data from the Yale Budget Lab indicating AI has yet to significantly disrupt the job market. Yeah, it's not right away. It's not. But if Wong is correct, they said next decade could reshape, which skills command premium pay. So CEOs warn of skilled trade shortage. Please listen to that. Skilled trade shortage. You can get a lot of this stuff at your local community college, okay? Or maybe certification schools. Please listen. Rather than software engineers and programmers being the clear winners, Wong, whose company has committed $100 billion to OpenAI's data center build-out, argues that's a lot of money, $100 billion. The real opportunity lies in building the physical infrastructure behind AI. His prediction echoes concerns from other corporate leaders who see a gap between the industry's ambitious data center build-out and the workforce available to make it happen. Do not let the immigrants, when the Democrats come back in, be building these data centers, and black men, especially you're not there building them, okay? They said BlackRock's CEO, Larry Fink, raised the issue directly with the White House earlier this year, warning that the combination of restrictive immigration policies and declining interest among young Americans in trades can create a critical labor shortage. He said, I even told the members of the Trump team that we're going to run out of electricians, that we need to build out AI data centers. Fink said at the Energy Conference in March that we don't have enough. You can have enough. Why don't you come to the black community and say, hey, if you want to get a certification, you want to go to school, we'll pay for it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people go. No, we got enough. You just don't go recruit black people. See, here's my thing. See what he just said. He's trying to get all this immigrant label in here. Let me tell you this CEO something. Them secret job fairs like y'all was doing in Chicago for them immigrants. Go do some job fairs at the community centers in the black community. Go do it at the churches. And say, hey, if you want to become an electrician, you want to become a plumber, come on over here. We will sign you up today and get you in school so we can get you trained and get you to come to work. It can be done. It can be done. Don't tell me that not all black people don't want to do no electrician, no plumbing, or no nothing. Especially when you tell them how much money they can make. You're like, oh, I can make that much money an hour? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you got to come on. You know what I'm saying? They always trying to recruit. That's why he was telling Trump something, because Trump was getting them out of here. No, we have a lot of black men and women that can do those jobs. So this is why I say to black people right now, you better jump on all this stuff now before the Democrats get back in and the immigrants will come back with a vengeance and you will not have a job or opportunity to get a job. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and continue. Now, I say a single 250,000 square foot data center can employ up to 1,500 construction workers during the build out, many earning more than 100,000 plus overtime, all without requiring a college degree. Let me repeat that again. A single 250,000 square foot data center can employ up to 1,500 construction workers during a build out, many earning more than 100,000 plus overtime. That's not just 100,000 with overtime, 100,000 base plus overtime, all without requiring a college degree. You don't got to go sit there 4 years and get in debt. Okay? Let's say once operational, each data center supports about 50 full-time maintenance positions, with each of those jobs generating additional 3.5 positions in the surrounding economy, according to a recent McKinsey analysis. With global, capital spending in data centers project to hit $7 trillion by 2030. That's that 5-year mark I told y'all. $7 trillion by 2030. It said there could be a significant shift in the kind of labor the tech sector needs going forward. Okay? So it's just kind of showing you, how that about the change in distribution. They say what the data shows thus far, new research released Wednesday show Yale's budget lab finds little evidence of significant labor disruption almost 3 years after the launch of ChatGPT in November 2022, but job changes are happening slightly faster than during previous technology shifts. It's like the rise of personal computer and the internet. Still, the shift has thus far been modest. It's saying the trends starting, before ChatGPT arrived, undercutting fears that AI automation is currently eroding the demand for cognitive labor, in other words, people thinking, across the economy. It said the research examined multiple angles over employment patterns, job changes, and in AI, exposed occupations and employment rates among workers in high-risk fields. None show clear signs of AI-driven job losses, even in sectors. So basically what it's saying is that AI hasn't really disrupted things as of yet, but it's in its infancy stage. Basically what you're saying, right? But because it's in its infancy stage, especially you work white collar work, then since you know it's coming, you better prepare yourself. You say, I went to school to be a CPA. I went to school to do this. I went to school to do that. I know you did, but hey, I've had to change careers a couple of times. And either you starve or now you got a clientele that is like you, And, you know, you got maybe your business. Now, we would have to shift probably to more business clientele, because business clientele is more personal relationships. Like most people in business got a personal relationship with their CPA, or they should, where they call them and talk to them. You're not going to want to talk to AI. You're not going to deal with AI. But if you just a regular person at H&R Block doing ordinary taxes for somebody, yeah, AI going to take that from you, buddy. It is. I see that coming. It's going to take it. It's too simple. AI can do it. So you said every two I get at least 50 hours of overtime. You said love my what? You got a CDL. Okay, yeah. Oh, you say secret government job fair is happening in Los Angeles too? Yeah, you got to definitely start your own company and all of that. You say the average HBCU can do much more. Sure they can, but you can't depend 100% on the HBCUs. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. I think I showed y'all yesterday a little bit with Sora. So when I talk about the art of storytelling, so I'm going to show y'all this. This is what I did off of a prompt. Okay, I did this off of a prompt, and I'm explaining to you what it is hopefully before I wrap up. I did a couple of them, but I'm going to show you this one. Check this out. Well, let me see if I can play it. I didn't cue it up. But now this is AI, right? This is AI. This is not real actors or nothing like that.
She is not what you think. Never judge anyone by their looks, but by their spirit. Yes, Lord.
Now, that was AI generated, right? Now, the purpose of that is basically, you know how a lot of gentlemen would just look at a woman and just think, oh, because she look a certain way. But so what happens when he tries to get up to go to her, then, you know, God goes to him and stop him. And when he touches him, he let him see what she really is, right? But when he takes his hands off, she goes back to what he normally saw, right? So see, that's like storytelling with AI. Now, if I was to try to go produce even that little bit with it looking the way you just saw it look, right? That would cost me a lot of money versus a prompt. Like I'm saying, y'all just don't even know like how marveled I am with this stuff. And I just get deeper and deeper into that, right? Now, I did one for the women too, right? I did one for the women because I just want to just focus it on one. I do it the other way. So let me show you the quick one I did for the lady, and I explain to you what it is. Let me go ahead on and play this one.
Oh, sorry. This is your future if you talk with that man. Just wait, and I will send the proper man when it's time.
Thank you.
Okay, let me explain to you what that was. So basically, she's at a professional event. She's a professional. That guy that's coming, you know, to go talk to her, he's basically a scumbag. He likes to prey on women. So what happens is when you see the drink spills, basically God is the one that spilled this drink, so he couldn't come there. That's when he appeared to her and let her see if she got involved, you know, what would happen to her. Because you know how many times women have got involved with guys that look so great on the exterior, but they're horrible. And they've taken things from women, betrayed them, took their money, you know, sometimes take their mind. And then now they're in some bad situation, right? Because they're dealing with this one guy, right? So that's basically what that was in that 15 seconds. So what I'm saying is that's all AI. That's all AI. Okay? So AI has a lot of positivity to it. It's not all like, oh my God, it's going to take my job. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. Be the person to learn it and put things together. You got the music, Suno. You got the music, right? Oh, stay tuned. You know, the music situation, right? Didn't you have, what's that one sister got a $3 million deal off an AI artist? Now, that sister would have never had opportunity to get a $3 million deal. A sister that did that, not even a singer. She's a poet. So she got a $3 million deal because of AI, a black woman. So AI is opening a lot of opportunities for black Americans. We need to be taking advantage of those opportunities. I'm going to preach that, because I don't want my people not to get their bag. Definitely do your skilled trades and even still learn the AI too. That way, look, I got my skilled trade job, or I got jobs that AI can't touch, and I'm learning the AI, and I can get a bag this way too. That's right, Lisa. Don't cry, learn. Yeah. Is it Zaina Monet? Yeah. Yeah. So, and I just did another one. But I didn't have to I have to look at it because I couldn't look at it before. Did it finish? Did it finish? Let me see something. Hold on. Okay, see some things that do good, it didn't do that one pretty good. Okay, I could have showed y'all another one, but I'll do it another time because I need to wrap this up. But yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun, but I'm also saying, hey, can I even do a series off of this stuff, right? Can you do a series? And of course, in a series you do, of course, it would be like AfroWire AI, because anything AI, I always put it over there, right? So I gave y'all the information. Please review it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Let them know. We got to get black people in the know, okay? We got to get black people in the know. Now, tomorrow, we can get to our regular scheduled programming, but today was just a little different, all right? All right. So I want to say you guess people thought the Jetsons were a cartoon? I guess so. You know, and some people say, oh, it's going to become Skynet. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it if it becomes Skynet. That ain't my problem. Because you know what? Yeah, I'm not worried about it. And if it becomes Skynet, I probably won't be here no more by that time. So it is what it is. But you know, yeah, the cloning of voices, like the Terminator, the voices can be cloned and you can be cloned, and it's a lot that goes into it. But it's a process. It's a process. So, you know, if you decide to clone yourself, and this one lady got a whole YouTube channel I saw. She cloned herself. She said, she told people, yeah, it's my AI clone, and that's how she do her videos, and you would never know if she didn't tell you. You know, because she don't want to sit in front of a camera all day. So she just does her scripting, and the AI does it, and hey, people watch. You know, and I just found that channel by like happenstance. I say, whoa, this lady whole channel is a AI clone. I'm like, wow, you know. You say you stop truck driving to supervise a transfer station. Hey, you know, and keep up with that CDL. Don't let that CDL go. Don't let it go, because hey, if you need to jump back into it or whatever, you can. Keep up with your CDL. You say AI might replace R&B singers, though. That there's a dangerous side to this too. I would, well, be honest with you, radio don't even play R&B anymore. Be honest with you, the AI is doing more R&B. And hey, you know, who was complaining? Kalani. She was complaining about the what's that, Zaina Monet or whatever, saying she got a deal and this and that and the third. And I'm like, what you want me to do? I mean, there's people that get stuff over you every day, whether it's AI or not. Am I going to cry about it? No. I learned a long time ago, stay in your lane, compete in your lane. Don't be looking at other people and saying why this and this is that. Listen, I can't, trust me, I get, maybe it's because when you get a certain age, you just don't pay attention to certain things no more because it's just a waste of time. But I don't got time to pay attention to other people. I'm trying to run my race, right? Run your race. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. If that's the case, like I was telling somebody today, if I worry about other people, I would have never done this platform. So, CNN, they got more than me, and they can compete more than me, and they can produce more than me, and they got more reporters, and what's the point of me doing it? I can't compete. No. The Bible teaches that God will make a way for you, and he gave you gifts. And so, hey, that's all I need to know. I don't care about what other people doing. I don't care what AI is doing. I'm going to work with the AI. I don't care what you do with it, but I'm just doing my part, telling you to get yourself prepared and do what you need to do. So 5 years from now, You won't come tell me, Phil, I didn't take it. Listen, telling you about Democrats all day is not going to put your money in your pocket. Letting you know. All right. So thank y'all for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check out LaSherica on AfroWire. But I appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.